Welcome back to the channel, and this week we are talking about artificial intelligence and coaching. And I promise you, this video is going to piss a few people off. Let's get into it. That's right, this video is probably going to upset a few people, but you got to hear me out on this one because I think the people who are going to be upset may not be at the end. So just stick with me on this one. Trust me. So we're talking about three different styles of coaching. So there's the coaching that you can pay an app, and basically that's going to go ahead and give you a fitness program that you can do. Or there's these influencer style coaches that are out there that basically they do the same thing, but they're really, really cool and they have a lot of followers. And then there's the actual coaches that are out there that are experiencing what they're doing. They're going to give you the training programs based off of what they do and the knowledge that they have. So let's dive into that. So here's a quick answer. Technology is changing. And as we can see, all the stuff that we have out there today, it's not going to stop. In fact, as technology grows, the speed of technology changing, it just keeps increasing. So 5 years ago when I started triathlon, we didn't have the AI tools that I have today, or at least it wasn't as powerful as it is today. So back then I would pay for a program to write a workout for me, and then I'd listen to that program. But the kicker is I found out that program was telling the same other 100 people to do the exact same thing, even when I gave it my metrics. So it was kind of crap, to be honest with you. Now with AI and the power of it, well, I can show you what it can do. So for our example, I'm going to utilize ChatGPT, and I'm actually going to show you guys how to use ChatGPT the correct way when doing this. So if you just go in here and say, teach me how to run 100K, write up a training plan, it's going to give you something extremely generic. And that's not going to do the argument to can AI replace coaching. So we're going to get in here and we're going to give it our details. We're going to start out with Good Morning Atlas. That's his name. We gave him a name, or it a name, however you want to look at it. I need a coaching plan for Javelina 100K in 2026. So we are now telling it to go find this exact race, which it's already done in the past because it's helped me out. I am currently, I can't spell, 226 pounds. I am 5'10" and run an average 10:30 mile pace at 8 miles. I'm setting its parameters. So I'm telling it at this pace, this is what I run. Here's how much I weigh, so on and so forth. Then I'm going to give it another parameter. And this is basically how many days per week that I can run. I can run 5 days per week. The other parameter is where I live. Now where I live, there's not a lot of flat running areas, so I want to actually tell it that. So for instance, I live in a hilly area, so my flat runs are track based or treadmill. Real simple. So now when it's going to put these plans together, it's going to know, well, if I wanted to do a zone 2 pace, I'm probably going to put his butt on a treadmill. So it's going to help with that. Now, if I want to run on hills to train for that, it's going to know to do that too. So it really, really helps. With that being, we can add some more details in. And this is where it gets important because the argument is, well, what if I have to skip a week, or I'm going to take a vacation, or, you know, the coaches can adjust. So can ChatGPT. So we're just going to add, please add in a vacation time for 7 days, and we'll say July 4th week. Also a wedding in August, so 3 days down at end of month. So I'm kind of giving it some of its parameters. I would like 3 days in the gym. So I'm telling it I want some gym training, so it's going to give me that. I would like a PDF plus a Google Cal download. Here's something really cool. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to let it do its thing. With this, I can tell it I want a Google Cal download, and it is literally going to have a button that I'm going to download into my computer, and I'm going to hit export into Google, and it is going to take my whole schedule from today up into Javelina, and it is going to export everything into it. So now on my phone, wherever that is, oh yeah, it's filming. So now all I have to do is wake up, look at my day, and it's going to tell me exactly what I need to do for that day. Now here's the other kicker, and it's loading right now. Morning Jay, love this build. We're turning you into a desert diesel engine, because in ultra running, that's what it takes. It takes to be a diesel engine, not a jet engine. And it has all the fun stuff. Here's your PDF. Here's your Google Cal. I mean, just within seconds, everything is here. People are paying money for this. They go online, they pay $100 a month to have somebody else log into an AI platform and do this exact thing that they can do. You just have to learn how to talk to AI, and you have to be direct. Now, I can get even more direct with AI. Can you please review studies done by schools like Stanford and Harvard and coaching staff for the U.S. Olympics prior to making this? So I can give it even more directions. I can tell it exactly where to look. So the other thing with AI is typically it's going to get a very vague and fast overlook. So if something pops up extremely quick, that just means it's pulling the very first information. So another thing, it's not always right. And as you can see by the screen, it's actually telling me in these gray letters that it's where it's looking, what it's looking for, updating my revisions. So it's kind of going through all the work. So what we want to do is we want to direct AI where we want. And basically, the more information we can give it, the better. Here's something else. And here's one of the big arguments I've heard. Well, with a coach, I can tell it my progress. I can give it my Strava, my Garmin, my Apple, all my metrics every week, every 2 weeks. They can change my plan. They can do all those things, and they can make it fit and tailored towards me. We're going to talk about that later, but AI can do the exact same thing. I can take my Strava file, I can download it onto my computer, I can literally drag and drop it and say, please review my current plan that I have based off my metrics for the last 2 weeks training. Then Atlas or ChatGPT is going to go through and it's going to make its analysis and make its changes. So maybe I'm running faster than it anticipated. We hope I'm losing more weight than we anticipated. We hope it's going to make adjustments based off that. So basically, we're not cheating ourselves or shortchanging ourselves. Or maybe we got injured. We can tell it that too. My right leg isn't feeling good. Last year I got injured. I need to make a plan around this. It's going to do that. So there's a lot of power in this machine. But does this replace coaching? I'm not really sure. There's some more things to talk about. Let's get into that. This is why I want to talk about the other side of coaching. And this is why I don't think that AI is technically going to replace coaching. But I would say using something like ChatGPT or an AI platform to create a coaching program, or these coaching softwares that are out there, they're basically going to get you to the finish line. But realistically, you're probably going to feel like this.
Where am I?
And from experience, I can tell you that is not how you want to finish a race and how you want to feel. Even though I'm pretty sure most people I saw with coaches feel the same way, but let's be honest, they felt or finished with more grace. So let me explain to you why I don't think AI is really going to take over coaching, or that it can. Now, it can write up some really good training programs that you can go out and do yourself, and I think that's great. And you can save a bunch of money. Awesome. I can do it with Geico on my car insurance if I really wanted to. But as for coaching, I think nothing is going to replace experience and somebody who has been out there and who has done it. Because somebody can write a diet for you, and that's really, really great. And zeros and ones make a lot of sense. But when it comes down to experience, I'm sorry, but ChatGPT and all the AI platforms just don't have it. They don't know what to do when it gets 100 degrees out there, or the weather changes, or you're climbing a mountain and all of a sudden the weather drops. It just doesn't have it. It takes all this information off the internet, and it takes all these different things and gathers it up and it spits it out to you, but it really doesn't know what to do. And if you have a good coach who's going to be out there with you, well, the cool part about that is they know how to make these changes while you're out there. So coaching, it's really hard to replace. It really is. And is it worth the money? Absolutely. But there are a few key things to finding the coach that's going to work best for you. And take it from my experience, you can spend some money and waste some money. So now we're going to talk about coaching, you know, the typical hire a coach, an actual coach who is experienced in marathons, ultras, triathlons, whatever it is that you're getting into. And this is a key point. Hire a coach that is experienced in what you're doing. Don't hire a marathon coach to do a triathlon because they may be good at running, but there's 2 other sports. Or hire an ultra coach who doesn't know much about marathon running, because it is 2 separate things. So pay attention. And when they ask you, have you been using AI to coach yourself in the past? Your answer should definitely not be this.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
You got it.
And if your answer is this is pretty much going to be their response.
Today we'll start with what you only think you know.
If you're out there looking for coaches, it's okay to interview a few coaches. And I mean interview because you are hiring them to do a job. And you need to find a coach that's going to work for you personality-wise. It's going to give you the type of reaction that you can work with. Some people work really good with a militant, yelling, in-your-face David Goggins sort of coach. Other people just don't, and that's okay. So before you go out there and just slam money down on the first person you find on the internet, take your time, do some reviews, talk to your friends, go to a running store, see who's out there, and invest that time, because it is important. And you don't want to start throwing money down a hallway or down a toilet and finding out that the person you're working with just doesn't suit your needs or just doesn't work with you well. Because again, you're just wasting money. And when you've signed up for an event, you don't have a lot of time before that event comes up. So wasting a month or 2 with the wrong coach, might as well just throw it in the damn trash and call it a day, I guess. In closing, because I'm going blind. So there are 2 camps that are out there. There is the AI and ChatGPT are replacing coaching, and there is the no, they are absolutely not. Here's what I will tell you, and this is what you can take away. ChatGPT, AI platforms, all the ones, Geminis, all the ones that are out there. Here's what they're getting rid of. They are getting rid of all the programs that you pay money for that write these the programs for you to work out. They give you the weekly stuff. You don't need to spend the $50, the $100, the $150 a month. I think it's an absolute waste of money. They're getting rid of all the bullshit influencers that are out there that are telling you, hey, come sign up for my program. I'm going to personally talk to you every week. I'm going to DM you every week, and I'm going to write you a program just for you. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to take your stuff, they're going to put it in ChatGPT, they're going to send it over to you. And 9 chances out of 10, these guys who have shown it on YouTube have their buddies sitting behind a desk on a phone and they're chatting with you. So again, you're just wasting your money. If you want to throw it away, heck, I'll throw a link in the description. You can throw it to a charity. I think that would be better used. But as for traditional coaching, a coach that is going to be with you the whole way, that is going to say, I want video of you running, swimming, biking, whatever sport it is you are in, who's going to critique you, who is experienced in what they're doing, who knows when watching the weather when the race is coming. They know, hey, the weather's going to get bad. Here's what you need to do. There are all these little ins and outs. That is something that ChatGPT, zeros and one, cannot replace experience. It is just something that will ever happen. So the answer to your question, is AI gonna replace coaching? Well, I think Tom Cruise said it best.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
I know this video was long as heck. I want to thank you guys for staying. If you guys stayed to the end, thank you so much. Hit the like if you liked the video. If you didn't, I'm really damn sorry. If you agree with me, disagree with me, drop a comment in the little box below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you believe, are you camp AI? Are you camp coaching? Which way do you want to go? Hit the subscribe button. We have so much coming on. Badwater, Salton Seas coming up April 18th. I'm running that with Jaden. And then we have Javelina 100K. I'm going back for that. Super excited because I plan on absolutely destroying my time from last year. The weight loss journey I have been on, I haven't even talked about that yet, but I can tell you since Christmas till now, the numbers, I get emotional just thinking about it. And I want to share with you guys how I am doing it and what is actually working, because wow, it is working. There is no meds, there's no bullshit, there is nothing. It is simple, it is basic. I'm able to enjoy life. My wife cooks for me great food. It's a blessing. I want to thank you guys. We'll see you on the next video.